back to the support. What kind of supports are here at Cattery Hospital for somebody that's been diagnosed but now needs that next step?
So once somebody has been diagnosed, they have their MD, of course, their doctors here at Cattery Hospital. We have resources in the community, which is home and community care. So if they do require personal care at home, we have home health aides. There's home care nursing. Tracy Johnson is our home care nurse manager right now, so she's a good contact. We also have, like I said, the Alzheimer's Society that you can call yourself. They're very willing to come into your home and talk to you and help your family and explain things to the family. There's the caseworkers as well for our elderly at the home and community care. Jean O'Connor and Cecilia Phillips, they can come into the home as well and help out in organizing, things for your patient, for the client and for the family. Again, we have the day centers in Kahnawake. We have respite in Kahnawake. What we did have, what we did, like I said before earlier, with the initiative of bringing the Alzheimer's Society into Kahnawake, we had organized some support groups. So we had some information booths set up in Kahnawake about 2 years ago. Just generally getting people, handing the information out to people here in the lobby and at community KSCS. From there, we did a campaign for information sessions at the Turtle Bay Elders Lodge. So we opened that up to the community, where we had the executive director from the Alzheimer's Society, Sotowa, come in and then do some information sessions, just generally sitting there with a group of people, answering questions, having like a little mini panel, like a forum for them to ask their questions and get some of their answers. There was a lot of medication questions, things like that. And from there, from that group, we asked, who would be interested in having, coming to a support group. So we organized a support group, which was held bi-weekly here at Cattery Hospital in the evening. The months from October to December was the first session. And then again, we ran after the holidays, so February, March to May, June. So we did that for 2 years. Unfortunately, the executive director from the Alzheimer's Society, Sotowa, has recently resigned. So we were hoping to get some more support groups running in October, but she has resigned. So we have to get to meet the new director there and start that focus group again. So it was very informative. We had guest speakers come in and talk to the clientele about long-term care, the resources in Kahnawake. We had legal information given, because of course Alzheimer's Society Sowa doesn't know how things work here in Kahnawake. Yeah. So we had information brought in for her for that, so we had a lot of good support in that area. But however, like I said, we don't have it up and running right now, but we're looking forward to hopefully next year, February, March, getting something up and running again for our community, because it is needed. And we did have a very, very good turnout with each group.
At this time, is there a cure for Alzheimer's disease?
There's no known cure that I'm aware of at this time, but there is research being done all the time. The Alzheimer's Society does get donations from all over, and they help with resources to put into the community, but they also have money going for research. So right now there is no cure, but there's a lot of interesting research that's going on. I just read something from the Jewish Journal that they just put out, I think last week or the week before, that there's something, they found something in the body, some chemical in the body or something like that, that might be kind of a cause of getting Alzheimer's disease. So there's a lot of interesting research out there. You can go on the website, on any website, and look up all kinds of information. But right now there is no known cure.
What are some of the treatments for Alzheimer's disease?
Treatment options we have here, we have a pamphlet from the Alzheimer's Society. So some of the treatment options, of course, are medication. And as it says here, it's there are several medications available that can help with symptoms, but it's not that it's going to halt the disease. It might slow things down a bit, but it doesn't stop the disease from progressing.
Research says that it's growing quite a bit every year. What can we do as a community as well as a hospital to prepare for it?
Again, one of the things that we can do is stay healthy, keep our brains active. Healthy eating, healthy lifestyle is always the number one rule of thumb for keeping ourselves physically fit and mentally fit. Staying positive, eating the right foods, of course. Diabetes is another issue that's growing in Ganawage. And they say that also plays a part with Alzheimer's disease. If we don't have a healthy diet, then our brains are not going to be healthy. As for the Alzheimer's disease growing in the population, yes, it's true. It's 1 in 5, I believe. That's what the research says. 1 in 5 people will be diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and it is growing. So that number will probably shrink to possibly 1 in 3. But I'm optimistic that we're doing good research and things will be found for our future. So if we could just maintain our health and our spirits, I think that's one of the first things that we should be doing for ourselves. For anybody in the community, we have the information here in Cattery Hospital. We have pamphlets to give out, right from what Alzheimer's disease is right down to reducing caregiver stress. So we have a lot of information that we can pass out to you. I can be reached here at Cattery Hospital at 450-638-3930. My extension is 267. My colleague Cindy Boyer is also available at the same number, 450-638-3930, extension 235. And our other colleague at Home and Community Care is Jean O'Connor. She can be reached at 450-632-5499.
So we've come to the end of another episode of Walking My World. Thank you very much, Dale, for joining us and bringing light to this topic.
You're very welcome, Michael. Thank you for having me.
You're watching Kahnawage's Mohawk TV on Local Channel 4, local television covering all aspects of community life. Nyawagoa, Zewaderorege.